Kiefer Break. Is that the one? Well, which presenter was it? Oh.
Yeah. We did the 80s thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's got 2 shows now, actually. That'd be alright. It's sturdy, it says, very sturdy. Right, here we go. Testing 1 2 1 2 1 2. We are back here in the Midland League Premier Division for another night of non-league action. Coventry United lead Brocton by 1-0 thanks to a Kevin Thornton penalty. But in all fairness, that's as good as it's got. It's not been the best of matches, you have to say. And yeah, the cows have definitely come home tonight. Mr. Reynolds making the cow noises that we all know and find very irritating. Oh, it's like a farmyard here, seriously. If you're tuning in to Coventry United match day for the first time, you're wondering what the hell is going on. I wonder that every week, so you're not alone in that one. Oh, I don't know. Okay, that is the strangest noise I've ever heard. Right, let's go through the half-time scores now that the five-year-old animals have been put back in their cages. In the Champions League, CSK Moscow 1, Bayer Leverkusen 1, it's a full-time score. Borussia Dortmund 5, Legia Warsaw 2. What a game in progress in Germany. Dinamo Zagreb 0, Lyon 0, FC Copenhagen 0, FC Porto 0, Leicester 2, Club Brugge 0. Now, as things stand, Leicester will go through to the knockout phase tonight if things stay as they are. Monaco 0, Spurs 0, Spurs in danger of going out. Sevilla 1, Juventus 1, and Sporting Lisbon 0, Real Madrid 1. In League 1, Bradford City 0, Northampton Town 0, Bristol Rovers 0, Charlton Athletic 2, Fleetwood Town 1, Shrewsbury Town 0, Millwall 0, AFC Wimbledon 0, Milton Keynes Dons 0, Chesterfield 1, Oxford United 1, Gillingham 0, Peterborough United 0, Scunthorpe 1, Port Vale 0, Oldham Athletic 0, Rochdale 2, Walsall 0, Sheffield United 0, Bury 0, Southend United 1, Swindon 0, and here's the big one, Coventry are losing 1-0 away at Bolton, thanks to Zach Clough's goal. In League 2, Cheltenham 0, Colchester 0, Crewe 2, Morecambe 1, Grimsby 0, Carlisle 1, Hartlepool 0, Accrington 0, Leyton Orient 0, Exeter 1, Luton 1, Portsmouth 2, Mansfield 0, Blackpool 0, Newport 0, Wickham 0, Notts County 0, Cambridge 1, and Plymouth 0, Barnet 2. So those are the half-time scores around the grounds as we get set to go for the second half here at Silkmoor Lane. And let's take you through the squads for this second half between Brocton and Coventry United. First with Coventry United, number 1, Rich Morris, 2, Pierre Moodham, 3, Lewis Hudson, 4, Tommy Glasgow, number 5, Chris Cox, 6, Rob Prinzel, 7, Kevin Thornton, 8, Jimmy Holton, 9, Simeon Townsend, 10, Josh O'Grady, and 11, Ross Briscoe. And for Brocton, number 1, Aidan Stone, 2, Luke Wright, 3, Josh Wilson, 4, Matthew Dean, number 5, Adam Robinson, 6, Kenny Devois, number 7, Jack Edwards, 8, Daniel Lomas, number 9, Paul McMahon, 10, David Applewhite, and 11, Connor Lee. And we're set to go. Brocton kick us off for the second half. United! And the Brocton fans have moved over to the other goal. Now they're assuring me they're going to make a lot of noise for the camera. So if they do score, then chances are those fans will be in the highlights.
Back to nursery tomorrow.
Stone. Here's Josh Wilson. Back to Stone. The goalkeeper. Hoofs it forward. Cox meets with his head, nods it forward for United. Thornton. United lose out. Lomas finds Wilson. It's now back to Adam Robinson. Long ball towards Connor Leek. The referee has stopped play because Kevin Thornton is on the ground. This is the last thing United need because, as we've said the last couple of games, United in the middle of a full-blown injury crisis. And Kevin Thornton, one of the star players of the season so far for the Red and Greens. This is the last thing United need, another injury. Luckily, midfield has been relatively untouched in terms of injuries. It's mainly been the strikers and the defenders that have been injured. Thornton seems to be a head injury. Let's keep our fingers crossed that Thornton can continue. Crucial member of the United squad since his move from Rugby Town in the summer. Thornton trudges off the pitch. He's not going to be subbed off, of course. The rule is that the physio comes onto the pitch. The player must leave the field of play for a few seconds at least. A couple of long stoppages in the first half due to injuries to the Brocton players. Josh O'Grady plays it to Aidan Stone, the Brocton goalkeeper. The rain is coming down at Soakmore Lane. Cox, flicked forward by Josh O'Grady. Here's Simeon Townsend, lovely bit of skill to keep it away from several Brocton players. Holton loses out. Lomas, his long pass is blocked by Jimmy Holton, making his debut for the Red and Greens after his move from Coventry Sphinx today. Simeon Townsend plays it over to Josh O'Grady on the right hand side. Can he get past Josh Wilson? O'Grady still going. Moodham wants it down right. It's from Pierre Moodham. Lovely overlapping run. Moodham puts it in. Townsend tries to get there. It's put out for a goal kick. Disappointing end to a promising move. It remains 1-0 Coventry United. Big shout out to Roy Eden, who is tuned in to today's coverage. Of course, big shout out to everyone who's listening from wherever you are. For some reason, the away fans have, so the Brocton fans have got their backs turned to the game and shouting at someone in a car park, I believe. Brocton with an opportunity now with the throw-in. It's going to be Matthew Dean, the substitute, to take it. So far an early contender for man of the match. Applewhite. Dean puts in the cross. Lomas heads it towards goal, just wide. Rich Morris must have known it wasn't going in as he left the ball and had to go out for a goal kick, but Lomas has had the majority of his team's chances. Rob Prinzel. Long ball towards O'Grady, gets his head to it, but it will fall to Connor Leake for Brocton. Pressure from behind by Moodham allows Townsend to pick up the ball. Through ball looking for Moodham. United lose out. It's now back with Aidan Stone. So taking his time here. Patting it forward. Hoofs it up line. Not done by Applewhite. Can McMahon get there first? No, he can't. It's played back to his goalkeeper by Lewis Hudson in the United defence. Long ball forward. O'Grady, good chest control. He's surrounded by 3 Brocton players. Forced into the midfield. It's now with Tommy Glasgow. Cox at centre back. Hudson. Cox again. Cox a long ball down the left hand side. Easily cut out by Dean. Equally good challenge there from Briscoe, I believe it was, to try and win the ball back for United. It's gone out for a throw-in, however, to Brocton. Right. Tries the ball down line, stripped it out of play for a Coventry United throw in a decent position. Still inside Brockton's territory. They can still lead by 1-0 after 50 minutes. Ball across the midfield, just about finds Moodham. Caught Thornton unawares. And the forward ball by Moodham towards Townsend. Didn't find its intended target. Instead forced to right, who plays it onto the right hand side with Jack Edwards. striding through the centre. Lovely run by Edwards, still going. Tries to find McMahon, but United able to dispossess the winger. Adam Robinson at the back, lofted ball down the left-hand side, looking for Connor Leake, offside against Leake. It's a shame because he was in a good position, a little bit of space in front of him. And there's going to be a free kick to the Red and Greens. Rich Morris to it's free kick on the right hand side. Morris clears. Townsend mistimed his jump. It's gone straight over his head and will fall to Aidan Stone in the Brocton goal. Here's Robinson. Plays 1-2 with Lomas. Thornton dispossesses the Brocton man. Josh O'Grady. Lovely ball to the left-hand side with Lewis Hudson, I should say. Why did I say Hancock's? Lewis Hudson. Cox. Cox and Hudson just playing it around the back. Long ball to the right-hand side to Pierre Moodham. Lovely bit of control. He's got O'Grady in front of him. Finds Josh O'Grady. Tries to make the overlapping run and does so beautifully. Holds off the challenge of Jack Edwards. Can he get the cross in? It's ran out. And back to square one for United. There's been a goal at the King Power Stadium. Bruges have got one back against Leicester. And there's been 2 goals, in fact, in France. Monaco took the lead against Spurs, but now Spurs have got one back. It's Monaco 1, Spurs 1 in the Champions League. And it was Sidibe who scored 3 minutes after the break. Harry Kane has put a penalty into the net, though, just 3 minutes later. Prinzel nods forward. I'll only go out for a Brocton throw. And it's 6-2 to Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund, I believe, were 2 goals down. They're now 6-2 in front. Hudson picks it up on the left-hand side. Briscoe, forced to the ground. Referee says no foul. Here's Edwards. Thornton makes the challenge, picks up the ball, and he's taken out from behind. Once again, the referee says no foul. It's going to be a throw into United. Moodham. Looks for an option as he strides into Brockton's half. Here's Josh O'Grady. O'Grady striding forward, lovely run, still going O'Grady. Plays 1-2 with Townsend, tries to return the ball to Townsend. He's still trying to nick the ball away from Brocton after they won the ball back and cleared eventually by Stone. Thrown to United. Townsend. Shoved from behind by Kenny Devois. Free kick United. Thornton gets set to whip it in. Thornton swings it in. Briscoe tries to head it. It eventually falls to Jimmy Holton, the second of the new players. His crosses in. Briscoe meets it with his head. It's not the best of headers. It's still finding its way to Simeon Townsend. Pass one, and Townsend shot blocked. Townsend just can't seem to get any luck. The last couple of games, every opportunity he seems to get, he either doesn't make contact with the ball or it's blocked by a defender. Corner taken quickly. O'Grady to Moodham. Moodham's cross. Oh, it's headed wide. Townsend again. Unable to divert the ball into the net. Here's Luke Wright. Forward to Devois. Matt Dean taken out by Ross Briscoe. Free kick just inside their own half of Brocton, taken quickly. Lomas. Devois. Lomas again. Interception made by Glasgow. Thornton. Got Briscoe in front of him, finds Ross Briscoe. Straight on the left-hand side, still going. Briscoe still going. And Luke Wright just able to block the run of the big number 11 and put out for a throw. "35 minutes of play remaining. Remains 1-0. Phone taken. Hudson plays it to Thornton, tries to play his way out of that sea of green. Sadly, he couldn't do so. With a long ball from the Brocton man, only finds its way to Josh O'Grady. Forward ball towards Townsend, forced off the ball by Adam Robinson. And Robinson runs into the Coventry United man, Jimmy Holton. There will be a free kick. Wright plays it back to Aidan Stone in goal. Fires it away. And Prinzel able to chest the ball. Moodham. O'Grady striding through the centre. Tries to chip on the left-hand side. Briscoe was in a far too advanced position. And it will be another Brocton throw-in. I hate to say, but this has been far from a classic. It remains 1-0 to Coventry United after that Kevin Thornton penalty. And the United man is down on the far side. I think it's Briscoe on the floor. As Brocton tried to start play quickly, they've been called back by the referee. And there's been another goal in France. Monaco now leading 2-1 against Spurs. So Spurs' European adventure could soon be coming to an end. And Dean takes the throw in, plays it back to Luke Wright. Wright, long ball forward. Hudson chests it out of play. And in fact now it's been called for handball, it's a free kick. It's a free kick against Lewis Hudson. The Brocton players were all set to take the throw, but the referee said no, it came off the hand, it's a free kick. Free kick put into the penalty area and head over the goal by McMahon. Oh, I hate to say it, but at the moment, it doesn't look like there's going to be much to put into the highlights video on Coventry United match day. There's not been too many chances. A couple of long-range strikes from Daniel Lomas, the best that Brocton have mustered so far. And, well, that's something you don't see every day. Some of the Brocton fans are taking their shirts off in the rain. O'Grady puts it down to Holton. The clearance made by Edwards didn't get exactly go far. O'Grady lobs it onto the left-hand side where Glasgow is waiting. His first touch puts him in trouble, but he's managed to keep the ball away from the Brocton man. Slide challenge by Luke Wright, throw in Coventry United. Half an hour to play at Siltwall Lane. Don't forget you can get in touch with us on Twitter at Cov Matchday. Let us know who you think should be our Coventry United Matchday man of the match. There's a small delay at the moment as we try and get things underway. There's going to be a change for Coventry United. It's going to have to wait. Throw and taken. It's immediately gone out of play for another United throw. I think there's going to be 2 changes. This game could do with a little bit of life put into it. If I'm honest, it's not been the fastest and most free-flowing of fixtures. You have to lose the ball from the throw. Long ball forward, only met by Rob Prinzel, the Coventry United centre-back. Ball to the right-hand side, finds Moodim. Lovely bit of skill to keep it away from Jack Edwards. Moodim finds O'Grady in acres of space on the right-hand side. Can he get the cross in? Is he going to go on his own? He's still going O'Grady into the box. Still going O'Grady. Tries a low cross. Blocked easily. Should O'Grady have gone for the standard cross a little bit earlier on? Moodim commits a foul on the substitute. That'll be a free kick. And the referee not allowing Brocton to take a quick throw. And in fact, Pierre Moodim is on the floor. And a whole host of defensive options unavailable at the moment. Ben Valance hasn't travelled with the squad tonight because of their work commitments. Callum Burgess and Jamie Coleman also out due to injuries. Well, let's yet to see a United change so far. We've seen 2 from our host Brocton, Ben Taylor and Connor Leake coming off, replaced by Matthew Dean and Lee Scott. United, I believe that's Gilbert Cookby Zion. It's Moodim coming off. Yeah, Moodim is indeed going to come off, and it is indeed Gilbert Cookby Zysum is coming on. Stone makes the clearance. Cox. Here's Gilbert Cookby. O'Grady. Glasgow. Kevin Thornton tries to shepherd the ball away from Devois. Lewis Hudson strides down the left-hand side. A little give and go there with Briscoe trying to put it on for Holton. Eventually falling to Cox, who's playing it forward down the left-hand side. Long pass into the centre to Kevin Thornton, the scorer of United's only goal so far from the penalty spot. Here's O'Grady. Tries to trick his way past Wilson. Puts the ball into the area and gathered well at the near post. But in fact, Stone couldn't keep it in. It's going to be a corner for Coventry United. Latest score from the Macron Stadium, still Bolton 1, Coventry City 0. The Sky Blues not having the best of times in Lancashire. Corner put in, it's floated over everyone and will go out. In fact, no. But yes, I thought for a second United have kept it in. He's pretty much destroyed one of the advertising boards on the far side, but the referee has said that his effort meant nothing. It's not going to be a ball for United. It's a throw-in for Brocton. And Brocton have lost it as they enter United territory. Dean, intercepted once again by Hudson. Gilbert puts it forward. Kevin Thornton. Here's Rob Prinzel. Prinzel's long ball looking for Simeon Townsend. Robinson. Wilson puts it forward, but they've lost out. O'Grady. Jimmy Hulton. Will he strike from here? He may have done, but the Brocton man able to make the challenge. Hudson with an ambitious attempt from long range. And that's floated straight over the crossbar out for a goal kick, predictably. .25 minutes of play remaining. still 1-0 to Coventry United. So in 15 minutes time we'll be naming our Coventry United Matchday Man of the Match. Get in touch at Cov Matchday. Let us know who you think should win the award. Here's Devois. Applewhite. Down the left hand side, good pressure from O'Grady, forces him back. Josh Wilson. Robinson. Hoops one forward. Good header there from Scott. Finds Applewhite. Into the centre. Here's Jack Edwards. Strides out of one United chance. Couldn't get through every one of them though. There was 3 players in front of him. Lofted ball forward. And the goalkeeper comes and hoops it away before O'Grady can get onto it. Prinzel at the back for United now is Tommy Glasgow. Holton, making his debut for Red and Greens, finds Lewis Hudson on the left. Strides into Brocton's half. He needs an option now. He's got nowhere to go. Plays it back to Kevin Thornton. He plays it forward once again to Hudson. Still going Hudson, and a push from behind. And that will be a Coventry United ball. And it was Daniel Lomas with the foul. Referee doesn't want to bring out the card, however. And it looks like there's going to be another substitution here. Dylan Shuddy is preparing for Coventry United. A spirited display on Saturday. Let's see what we can do from the bench. Thornton puts in the free kick. Townsend can't do anything with it. And it's fired away by Lomas. Looking for McMahon. McMahon's got to it eventually. Paul McMahon checks his run, puts in the cross towards Scott. Glasgow gets a crucial header to it, but it's still alive. Wilson puts it in. Oh, it's hit the crossbar. I don't think it was certainly wasn't an attempt at goal, but it very nearly found the top corner. Well, the move's over now. It's going to be a United goal kick, but that's the 3rd time that Brocton have hit the woodwork, and there is going to be a change for Coventry United as Dylan Shuddy prepares to come on. And coming off is Ross Briscoe. An uneventful debut, or should I say re-debut, for Ross Briscoe. Making his return after around 6 months out due to work commitments. Rich Morris gets set to take this goal kick. Morris clears. United immediately lose out. Here's David Applewhite. Striding forward, and it's brought down by Gilbert Cook-Museum. And the Brocton fans behind the goal ambitiously asking for a red card. I don't think there's going to be anything of the sort. Referee doesn't even give a yellow, and rightly so. And Brocton have got to make the most of their chances now. With 20 minutes to go. Game with few chances and few highlights, has to be said. Let's see whether this free kick can spark this game into life. Fired into the box, and it's going to be a corner kick. It's come off Holton last, and it will be a corner. Ball went through everyone. It came off the chest of Holton. And it will be a corner ball to Brocton. Coventry City still losing by 1 goal to the Macron Stadium against Bolton Wanderers. Goal from Zach Clough, the difference between the two sides at the moment. Corner swung in cleared at the near post by Gilbert Cook-Museum. O'Grady. Lovely through ball to the right hand side is Jimmy Holton. Looking for Dylan Shuddy, he won't find him. It's easily gathered by Aidan Stone in goal, and here comes Brocton. Striding down the right hand side, an opportunity for Brocton to get themselves an opportunity as a decent cross. Prinzel able to nod it away. It's still in danger, however. Applewhite. Wilson. Back to Applewhite. Cross is made, and a punch from Morris keeps it away from McMahon. And United have got to try and get away now after a failed cross from one of the Brocton men. Swing and a miss. And free kick given against Coventry United right in the corner. And the referee is calling over the United man. I believe it's Lewis Hudson. And the yellow card takes Hudson's name and shows him the yellow card. Can Brocton get back on level terms? With less than 20 minutes left, they need to make their chances count. Four options in the box. Punched up and out by Rich Morris. Townsend. Down line to Josh O'Grady. O'Grady waits for an option. He's shrugged off the ball by Josh Wilson. Prinzel tries and fails to bring the ball away. It's intercepted by Gilbert Cookby. He took too long on the ball. Wilson makes the challenge. Scott, it's put through, looking for McMahon. It's still alive now with Abel White and cleared by Holton. Lomas under pressure from Kevin Thornton in the midfield. Lofted ball towards Abel White. Waiting for an option. He's got Wilson with him. Tries to take it around Holton and does. Cross is made, head away by Rob Prinzel. United again too hesitant to get the ball. It's going to be a long range strike from right straight into Kevin Thornton, but it's still alive for Brocton. They're still trying to find that goal. Lomas. Scott. Dean puts it in. Easy catch, Rich Morris. He'll save those all day long. A long throw to O'Grady, who has space on the right-hand side. An opportunity for United to go and grab themselves a second here. It's still going. Josh O'Grady cuts in. Ball to the left-hand side now. Did not surely. The first touch wasn't there, and it's gone out for a throw. That clinical nature lacking for both sides tonight. Ball cleared by Brocton. Thornton makes the interception just in front of the United dugouts. Fired forward, no one in the penalty area. Hopeful balls rather than precise balls at the moment being played by both teams, it must be said. But Brocton have taken control of this game recently. And they persist like this. Who's to say they won't get an equaliser? We saw this sort of pressure from Hena Town a couple of weeks ago. And Hena came down from 1 goal down to win 2-1 with 2 goals in the last 5 minutes. And a throw in now to Hena Town, 10 yards into United's half, and Hudson chests it out for another throw in further up line. Hudson saying his defenders wake up, and they need to wake up because there is still 15 minutes left. Clearance made by Thornton. Townsend, first touch, gives it straight back to Brocton. Lomas tries to find Abel White. Thornton, lovely bit of skill, taking around 2 Brocton players. And a third after a 1-2 with Holton. Thornton sees O'Grady in space on the right, finds Kevin Thornton. Wilson's across trying to make the United man making a mistake. Here's Thornton, the edge of the area. He's challenged. Still tries to come through, however. The clearance made eventually by Brocton. Persistent defending from the Badgers. And they do get a point here, it will be well deserved. The United just haven't seen themselves today. Ball down line. Wright swings it in. Prinzel just about stabs it away. And Holton brings it away despite an attempted side challenge from Abel White. Townsend plays back in the midfield. Holton's long ball finds O'Grady in space on the right-hand side. He'll keep it in. Robinson comes across to try and cut off the run. Townsend's in the area. Will O'Grady put this one in? O'Grady goes all the way, and it's gathered by Aidan Stone, the near post. Yeah, another 5 minutes to nominate our man of the match. Here on Coventry United Matchday, we'll let you know who has won the award in 5 minutes' time. Another United throw in. Edwards and Shuddy battle for the ball. Abel White. And they get the cross in. Prinzel makes the header. Striding away now. Here's Holton. Jimmy Holton. Tried to find Dinlot Shuddy on the left-hand side, and it's cleared just right. And there's going to be another substitution here. There's a change for Coventry United as Jimmy Holton makes way. And coming on, I believe, is Muzzy and Duna. It's indeed Nduna. Well, United only with 3 outfield players on the bench, so it couldn't have been anyone else. Nduna. Townsend. Forced away from the Brocton box and tries the ball back into the defence, but only finds Paul McMahon. A long ball down the right-hand side looking for Lee Scott. Scott tries to cut in. He's still going, Lee Scott. He's still going. Brought down. And it's a penalty, I believe, is it? Or was it on the edge of the area? Well, Lee Scott was brought down, I believe. I think it was inside the box. And here's, here's a penalty kick. Stepping up, David Ablewhite, the number 10. Oh, our only goal so far has been from a spot kick. Will the equaliser come from the penalty spot as well as David Ablewhite steps up against Rich Morris? It's saved! And the rebound's put home! The rebound's put in! Rich Morris with a great save, first time round. But I think it's Josh Wilson. An equalising goal. Josh Wilson scores. And it's 1-1. Well, it's nothing less than what Brocton have deserved. They've just kept on pushing and pushing for the equaliser. By hook or by crook, they've got it. You've got to feel for Rich Morris, who made a great save from the penalty, but he pushed it back into play rather than around the post. It was certainly not the best of penalties made, but there was Josh Wilson to place it into the net from the follow-up. Nothing that Morris could do about it. It's 1-1. Let's see what the United response will be. Nduna tries to find his way through, and he can't do so. Now here come Brocton. Can they go for a winner? They've only accumulated 7 points all season. Let's see what they can do now. Edwards wants to get in the cross. Throw in Coventry United. In fact, no, it's a free kick, and in fact, United have been allowed to play on. Long ball to the left-hand side. O'Grady tries to flick it on for Townsend. Townsend will get there eventually. Not sure how much contact O'Grady got on the ball. Townsend taken out by Robinson. Good challenge from the number 5. Abel White. Long ball towards Edwards. Ball through the heart of the defence now. McMahon. Good challenge from Prinzel. Here's Glasgow. Tommy Glasgow getting in at right back. Kevin Thornton striding through into the centre circle. Long ball forward. Muzzy and Nduna. What can he do here on the left-hand side of the box? Will he strike one? Still going Nduna. He slips. Townsend takes a tumble in the area. Referee says nothing doing. O'Grady wins the ball back on the edge of the box, and Brocton once again dispossessed the United man. It's won back by Thornton. O'Grady now will strike. It's still an opportunity with Townsend. It's cleared. Thornton intercepts though. United persistent in trying to find that second goal. Thornton. Townsend. Thornton again. And again, the clearance only finds the United man. O'Grady this time will strike. And it was fumbled by Hayden Stone, but he's got there eventually. Well, we're now going to name our Coventry United match day man of the match. We're going to give it to Brocton's number 8, Daniel Lomas, the captain, with a couple of decent efforts from the midfielders. Ran the show in the centre. So Daniel Lomas is the man of the match. But you got to say Kevin Thornton as well was giving his all in the midfield for Coventry United. And as well, Matthew Dean, the replacement centre-back, has also had a pretty good game. There's a little break in play here. And Josh Wilson was injured. The ball was played out by Stone, so that his teammate could receive some treatment. And Grady throws it back to Stone. We're getting set for our last 6 minutes. Plus a little bit of added time. So overall, you'd say about 8, 9, maybe even 10 minutes with injury time. And eventually, Tommy Glasgow will gather the ball. And the referee asking Glasgow to take it further back. Look to Josh O'Grady. Cut out by Abel White, but Gilbert able to find O'Grady via Simeon Townsend, lofted forward towards Nduna, falls straight to Stone. Been a bad night at the office so far for Coventry United. What a game it is in Germany in Champions League. Borussia Dortmund 7, Legia Warsaw 3. What a game. And Coventry City still losing by 1-0 against Bolton. But that was a late kick, I think, off until 8 o'clock. So still 25 minutes until that game's over. Prinzel fires it away from the United defence, looking for Josh O'Grady. O'Grady manages to grab the ball, but he's lost out. Abel White, through ball, down the left-hand side, looking for McMahon. Paul McMahon, can he get the cross in? He can. It's gathered by Rich Morris. But Brocton right now looking the more dangerous of the two sides. In my opinion, if either side is going to get a second goal, it's going to be Brocton. Josh Wilson. McMahon. Abel White. Wilson's with him. Abel White tricks his way past Glasgow and finds Josh Wilson. Puts the cross in. McMahon. Abel White will strike. Stung the gloves of Rich Morris. With the number 1 able to keep it out of the net. Plays his goal kick towards Townsend. Townsend just about controls it. Ball to the left-hand side. Who's there? No one is the answer. Brocton win possession back, but Hudson plays it up line once again and plays it out for a throw-in. And another change, this time for Brocton. Brocton making their final change of the match. And coming off is Paul McMahon. So McMahon makes his way off the pitch. Brocton look to try and salvage a precious point. Rooted to the bottom of the table, 5 points adrift at the bottom. This point would do the world of good to Brocton. Not should he nods it on. Townsend. Oh, should he's through. Oh, should he is through here. It's still not should he. Oh, it's just wide. Probably United's best chance of the whole game. It falls in the last 5 minutes. And not should he couldn't steer it in. An absolutely crucial chance for United to take all 3 points. It would be harsh, of course, on Brocton if United were to grab the win. But it's not something that we've got to worry about at the moment, because Shuddy couldn't divert it into the bottom corner. He's put it wide at the far post. And now Aidan Stone ready to take the goal kick, and you've got to think that Brocton are going to be in no hurry to take this one. 3 minutes of normal time remaining, and Stone's goal kick heads straight into the stand. Glasgow looking to take the throw now from the halfway line. Time running out. Townsend nods it on, only as far as Ablewhite. Kept in by Prinzel, fired down the right-hand wing. No one there. That will go out for a goal kick. And that's the sort of thing United have been doing all game. Just hopeful long balls rather than calm, controlled football. For the score, 1-1 between Brocton and Coventry. Both goals came from penalties. One was directly scored from one. Kevin Thornton putting it away for Coventry United early in the first half. But then the penalty from David Ablewhite, saved by Rich Morris and put home by Josh Wilson. Going to favour the goal kick, headed forward by Chris Cox, looking for Shuddy, put out of play by Luke Wright. Hudson's throw, Muzzy and Duna. United appealing for a free kick, not given. And it's put out for a Brocton throw off the body of Lewis Hudson. As we enter the final 2 minutes or so of normal time, there will be about 2 or 3 minutes of added time. United have finally woken up and are trying to push for a winner. Or will it be too little too late? Cox fires it out of play. Well, no, in fact, no, it's a free kick against Muzzy and Duna. It will be a Brocton ball. Throw-in taken. Here comes Brocton, opportunity here, struck a goal by Edwards straight into the hands of Rich Morris. We won't worry about that one. And Morris' key focus now is to fire the ball up the other end of the pitch and try and begin a United counter-attack. The ball bounces away from Shuddy and straight to Aidan Stone. Well, the rain coming down as it has done for the last couple of days across the Midlands. A few fans surprised, certainly from Coventry United's end, that the game went ahead. The pitch can't be in great condition now, the amount of water that's fallen on it in the past 24 hours. And our free kick, another free kick against Coventry United. And we are about done with normal time, so we're into added time now. I'll say about 2 or 3 minutes, and then it will be game over. And well, looking at the game, I'd probably say a draw would be a fair result. On paper, it should have been a comfortable win for Coventry United, a team who have accumulated just 7 points as we're heading towards the halfway point of the season. And Coventry United in leading 7th place, still very much with an opportunity to push for promotion. It should have been a simple United victory, but as we said before, the game was not won on paper. Not sure he's cross blocked by Robinson. Substitute trying to keep the ball alive, however, and a free kick against Shuddy for a push on Adam Robinson. And Brocton trying to hold up play as much as they can now. Well, the Coventry United fans who made their way to Safford today, not too happy about what they've seen so far. In fact, been given the it's going to be a United free kick. And Grady swings in the free kick. It's towards Thornton at the far post, puts it back in, head away. And Duna Gilbert Cugby swivels his way out of one challenge, free kick Coventry United. And United are saying they wanted to play on. It is going to be a free kick, and you might be able to hear of the headset, Terry Hansen and Luke Morton going mad on the touchline. They wanted the game to continue, but the free kick has been given. And this is too far out even for O'Grady to have a go at it. They'll try and put it towards the penalty area. And drift it into a hopeful position. It's towards the far post, towards Prinzel. Lomas gets his head to it, and the danger ends. And now here come Brocton. Edwards shoved off the ball by Tommy Glasgow. Morris takes it away from Edwards beautifully and finds Glasgow. Living life dangerously there, Rich Morris. Wilson heads it forward. Abel White, here's Lomas. Lomas forced from the ground by Rob Prinzel, no foul. Prinzel puts it through. Josh O'Grady on the right hand side. Is this the moment? O'Grady over the goalkeeper. No, goalkeeper just makes the save. Robinson. O'Grady. He's offside anyway. He's offside anyway. He's put it over the crossbar, but it wouldn't have counted even if it did go in. Aidan Stone caught with his trousers between his legs there. But United just couldn't find the net. O'Grady with a couple of attempts, it just won't go in. It's one of those days where the ball just will not go in the net. Two goals from penalties. And to be fair, it's not been nice productive of games. United have given it a fair go, but so have Brocton. Scott nods it over, only as far as Prinzel. Prinzel lobs it over. He's looking for a shooting. Robinson gets his head to it and keeps it away. Gilbert heads it forward, looking for Townsend. Shuddy, can he bring it down? Shuddy will strike! What a save! Crucial save, Aidan Stone! Plucking it away from the top corner. That would have been a strike of the season contender. But Stone with an incredible save and saving a precious point for Brocton. Free kick against Coventry United now. Is that all she wrote? We've had around 3.5 minutes of injury time. There can't be much else now, and Brocton are playing the old injury and injury time trick. And who could blame them? They want this point. And they've got the free kick. The ball's in their court. They could even go for a winner here. They're making sure United aren't going to get another chance. They may have one more. And what a result it would be for Brocton to beat Coventry United. They won't get the chance though. A point will do for Brocton. But the point is certainly not enough for Coventry United. Final score, Brocton 1, Coventry United 1, and the Red and Greens failed to beat the league's bottom side. Well, sadly not every game can be a 5-star classic. This game does not fit that description, but Brocton will not care one jot. They got a goal and they've got a point. And in that situation, a point can be absolutely crucial. But for Coventry United, that won't soothe their slumber tonight. They're not going to sleep very well on the way back to Coventry. The Red and Green's title hopes nowhere near over, but they've taken a little bit of a dent in recent weeks. Out of the last 4 games, they've only won 1. So in all fairness, it's not the best of games for United, and it's certainly not the best of results. Final score, Brocton 1, Coventry United 1. Now, before we head off back to Coventry, well, I should say back to Coventry, back to the pub, and I think we can do with a few pints after a result like that for Coventry United. Let's go through some of the final scores around the ground. Coventry City still playing in their match away at Bolton. That's a late kickoff. There's still another 15 minutes to go in that one. Let's go through all the final scores that we can get you from the Champions League, League 1 and League 2. CSK Moscow 1, Bayer Leverkusen 1, and listen to this, what a game. Borussia Dortmund 8, Legia Warsaw 4. What an incredible game. 12 goals in the game. Dinamo Zagreb 0, Lyon 1, Copenhagen 0, FC Porto 0. It's the final score. Leicester 2, Club Brugge 1. As things stand, that will be enough to see Leicester through to the knockout phase of the Champions League. Who would have thought you'd ever be able to say that? Monaco 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Sevilla 1, Juventus 2, and Sporting Lisbon 1, Real Madrid 2. As the Coventry United fans and myself also showing their appreciation to the Coventry United players as they begin their post-match warm down. And another goal from the Champions League, Sevilla 1, Juventus 3. So 3 points sealed for Juventus. In League 1, Bradford 1, Northampton 0, Bristol 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Charlton 5, Fleetwood 3, Shrewsbury Town 0, Millwall 0, AFC Wimbledon 0, MK Dons 2, Chesterfield 3, Oxford 1, Gillingham 0, Peterborough 0, Scunthorpe 2, Port Vale 2, Oldham 1, Rochdale 4, Walsall 0, Sheffield United 1, Bury 0, Southend 1, Swindon 1, and the current score, Bolton Wanderers 1, Coventry City 0. In League 2, Cheltenham 0, Colchester 3, Crewe 2, Morecambe 1, Grimsby 2, Carlisle 2, Hartlepool 2, Accrington 0, Leyton Orient 0, Exeter 1, Luton Town 1, Portsmouth 3, Mansfield 1, Blackpool 0, Newport 0, Wickham 1, Notts County 0, Cambridge 1, and Plymouth 0, Barnet 2. So those are your scores around the grounds on this match day. And I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we've got time for on today's show. We hope you can join us once again this Saturday as United have another away game away at Lye Town. United with 3 consecutive away games. Tonight it was Brocton, Saturday it's Lye Town, next Tuesday it's Roster. So you can join us at the Lye Sports Ground for live coverage of Lye Town versus Coventry United right here on YouTube. Coverage starts at 2:45 p.m. So don't forget to hit that like button if you did enjoy the coverage. Subscribe to the channel for more exclusive football content. From me, Liam Cook, and from everyone here at Brocton, thank you so much for tuning in for tonight. We'll see you on Saturday. Take care, and we'll see you at the weekend. Bye-bye.